I agreed to be my sister's maid of honor just to get revenge. Then her fiancé pulled me aside with an offer. My sister Vivian destroyed my life when I was 22. She'd always been the golden child, homecoming queen, straight A's, daddy's little princess. I was the artistic one who worked at a coffee shop and painted in my spare time. When I finally got my big break, a gallery showing that could launch my career, Vivian made sure it never happened. She called the gallery owner 3 days before my opening and told him I'd been stealing her artwork, said I was jealous and unstable. She even provided evidence, photos of paintings in her apartment that looked similar to mine. What she didn't mention was that she'd commissioned me to paint them as gifts. The gallery canceled everything. Word spread through the art community. No one would touch my work after that. For 2 years, I've been rebuilding. Working double shifts, taking freelance graphic design jobs, slowly earning back my reputation. Vivian, meanwhile, got engaged to Camden, a tech millionaire who owns half the galleries in the city. When she asked me to be her maid of honor, Mom begged me to say yes. Family is family, she pleaded. This is your chance to heal. I agreed, but not for healing. I spent months documenting everything from my revenge. Screenshots of her social media posts where she claimed credit for my techniques, photos of paintings she'd displayed as her own work, email threads where she discussed her original concepts I'd shared with her years earlier. The plan was simple: expose her during the maid of honor speech at her reception, in front of 200 guests, including every major art dealer in the state. 2 weeks before the wedding, Camden asked to meet me for coffee. I know what Vivian did to you, he said quietly, sliding a folder across the table. Inside were contracts, gallery representation, exhibition dates, a solo show scheduled for next month. She doesn't know I'm aware of her creative borrowing, he continued. But I've been following your real work for years. You're incredibly talented. My hands shook as I flipped through the papers. Everything I'd lost, everything I'd fought to rebuild. Right there. What do you want? I asked. He leaned forward. Marry me instead. I stared at him. What? I can't go through with marrying her. She's not who I thought she was. But backing out now would destroy both our families' reputations. However, if she were to discover her fiancé and her sister, the pieces clicked. You want me to seduce you? In front of her. 1 kiss at the rehearsal dinner. Let her catch us. She'll call off the wedding herself. You get your career back, I get my freedom, and Vivian gets exactly what she deserves. I thought about the gallery cancellation, the years of struggling, the way she'd smiled at family dinners while my career burned around me. Deal, I said. The rehearsal dinner was held at the country club where we'd grown up. Vivian floated around in her designer dress, accepting congratulations. I waited until she went to the bathroom, then found Camden on the terrace. Ready? He asked. I nodded. He cupped my face and kissed me just as Vivian walked outside. The sound that came from her throat was inhuman, pure rage and betrayal. You bitch! She screamed, lunging at me. You can't stand that I'm happy! Camden stepped between us. Vivian, stop! This isn't what you think. But she was beyond reason. In front of 50 guests, she revealed everything. How she'd sabotaged my career, how she'd stolen my work, how she'd always hated that I had talent she could never possess. Dad grabbed her shoulders. Vivian, what are you saying? I destroyed her gallery showing, she shrieked. I made sure no one would ever take her seriously again, because she doesn't deserve success more than me. The entire family stared in shocked silence. Mom's face went white. Camden looked at me and smiled. I think my work here is done. The wedding was canceled. Vivian's reputation was shattered. Camden honored our deal, and my solo show opens next weekend. Sometimes revenge is a dish best served with a side of justice.